is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Outcasted OC podcast. How is everybody doing this wonderful Thursday evening, Friday morning for Courtney?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
So as you can see, this week we have Paul with us to discuss our bash at bash. I keep saying bash at Berlin, but it's bash in Berlin, isn't it?
Is it? I thought it was like the mangle in Munich or something.
I don't know. I think it's a Mandela effect. Sometimes I think it's bash in Berlin. Some things it's bash at Berlin. But something is bashing at Berlin this weekend, and it's going to be a great showing. I'm telling you.
No, it's not. It's the tumble in Turin. Or is it the mangle in Munich? I can't remember which one it is.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Either way, we are here to discuss our predictions for Bash in Berlin this week. It is airing on Saturday in Berlin, of course. And we have 5 matches on the card so far. So let's kick it off with
Points.
Oh yeah, points. Okay, let's go to points quickly, then we'll get into the matches. So as we stand right now, there has been 48 pay-per-view matches up to this point. And as you know, we are keeping score of the predictions that people get correct to see who basically is the best at predicting winners. So in last place at the moment is
Ross.
we
could skip over that. With
28.5. In fourth
that half
place
crucial
is me with 35. In third place is the guests with 36.
Ooh.
In second place is Reese with 38, and in first place is Courtney with 40.
Look at me go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, when did I?
A few points in everybody's scores.
When did I fall behind? When was that? I don't remember that.
I just told you in the group chat that I literally counted them all up wrong at some point.
Oh, okay. Of course it would be counted as me getting the points taken off me. Oh.
I don't know, I went through my book and I was counting them up and I was like, why doesn't this add up? So I don't know.
Maybe we just abandoned it and started the game next year.
All right.
Love it.
You've still got time to catch up, Courtney.
I know I've got to catch up all over again.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You got it.
You got this. Yeah. Anyway, right, let's get into our 5-match card for this weekend. So we will go first with we have the women's tag match. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who are our current women's champions, versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Paul, do you want to kick this one off?
Yep. I'm going to go with Unholy Union. I did change my mind because I thought I was going to go for Bianca and Jade, but I think there's going to be some sort of friction between Bianca and Jade that's going to cost them the match and lead to their feud down the line. Obviously, Blair Davenport could get involved as well, but Unholy Union for me.
Yeah, I thought it was a 3-verse-3. I thought it was the big 3-verse.
No, that was on SmackDown last week. No, it's the tag title. No, Unholy Union for me.
Okay, Ross?
I'm going to go Unholy Union as well. Literally, Blair Davenport will get involved. There's no ifs or buts that she wouldn't get involved in that situation. And I think it'll cost Bianca. Like, Blair will probably find a way to get a distraction between Jade and Bianca, which will cause the tension. But obviously, Blair was the person who started the trigger of it. So, yeah, Unholy Union for me as well.
I'd love to see Jade and Bianca get the title back, but I do agree. I do think that Unholy Union are going to come and do something, and then obviously Blair's going to come out. But you also have to remember that Jade and Bianca have Naomi as well, too. And I'm assuming she'll be there too. So she might be there to neutralize the odds, but I still feel like Unholy Union will find a way to come out on top. So, which will obviously cause further issues with Bianca and Jade if they can't get the titles back. So, yep.
Okay. Reese?
So everything is telling me like, oh, you're so stupid that you're not picking Jade and Bianca, because I feel like, you know, every single time the Unholy Union has been on screen one-on-one with those two, like they've just beat them down. But But like you said, I think there's going to be a lot of interference, like with Blair and Naomi and stuff like that. I do think there's a more interesting future with Bianca and Jade in terms of them fighting each other or them going off to do something else in a separate program. With Unholy Union at the minute, the only thing that's keeping them relevant is the tag team championships, and I would really like to see them hold on to it. So I'm going to go with Unholy Union as well.
I think that's a 5 for 5 then, because I also picked Unholy Union. Couldn't have said anything different to what you guys said. I think like it's their first proper pay-per-view defense, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't see them losing it their first defense. I also do see some friction coming with Jade and Bianca, and again with the possible interferences from Blair and Naomi, etc. I do think it's going to be an Unholy Union win. So yeah, I'm on that one as well. Cool.
Nice.
Let me just write Reese's down.
I actually do think it would be a good idea if they did retain. You know why? Because the amount of people I've seen online who have been saying, "Oh, the only reason they won was because of what happened to Alba, the Clash in the Castle," and they're going to drop the titles as soon as they can. I would really like to see the team prove everybody wrong and be like, actually, no, we're a very established tag team. We're probably one of the most established.
They have been for a while.
Division. So it's people just need to shut up at this point, But
you've been together for about 2 years now, all the way from NXT. So
well, that's it. They come up from NXT, and then they had that whole repackaging, and then they didn't really do anything for a while, did they? So it's nice to see them have their moment and get their shot.
Exactly. It's all about timing. So
I'll tell you one thing though. I've never seen Alba Fire and Kaylee Ray in the same room together.
Crazy, right?
I know.
I think Kaylee Ray's afraid of fire. That's why.
Oh my god, that's just clicked for me. I was wondering we should.
Yeah.
Blown my mind.
Wait.
Blown my fucking mind.
Have you already
Too early for you, Pop. Too early.
No. I'm taking the piss, Ross. I'm a method actor. I'm doing it so well. Even you got fooled.
Yeah.
You should go on Neighbours Court. You should go on Neighbours. That was really good acting.
Neighbours is not a thing anymore. I think
it is. Sorry, it's coming back on Prime. It's coming back on Prime. It's coming back on Prime. It is.
Is it actually?
Neighbours isn't even from New Zealand, so suck it.
Well, you're close. You're closer than me.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
No.
Australia. Neighbours is.
Neighbours is Australian, yeah.
I thought it was.
Oh, same place, no more.
Oh, shut up.
Jesus,
man. Those are beef already.
Right, anyway, let's move on from the neighbours argument then, shall we? So, moving on to the next match, I think we will discuss Dom and Liv versus Rhea and Damian Priest. Now, I am so excited that they brought a mixed tag match back. I have been asking for this for so long, and I think this is going to be a good one. Russ, we'll start with you and just go along as we normally would.
Terror twins. Simple as, like, I'm sorry, Rhea and Damian, I can't not have two of the biggest powerhouses that made me enjoy Raw for so many months not win this match. I understand storyline wise, they're probably going to find a way to make Dom and Liv win without all the rest of the new group getting involved. But I'm just going to let it play and just have my happy life of going with Rhea and Damian because I don't want to bet against them.
I agree. So, yeah. I think the go home math for me shows that the Tier Twins are going to come out on top. And look, can I just say something? I know that with the mixed tag match, you know, when a woman tags in her partner, they have to swap. I don't want to see that. I want to see Rhea beat the shit out of Dom. I want to see it. Like, we literally almost saw him get set up in the Riptide the other day, and I just want to see it. I
think we will.
I don't think the ref's going to stop Rhea in time. I think Rhea's going to be like, cool, I'm tagged in. Yeah, I don't care, Liv, come in. I'll get Dom midway.
I'll get you both. But the thing is, Damian wouldn't be able to South of Heaven Liv Morgan because that.
Please do.
Why not? Why not?
Just do it.
No.
Through the table.
Through the table. No, I think this, you need to definitely solidify the Tier Twins as being a dominant force. They've obviously, been working on beating down Judgment Day in the last couple of weeks, but Judgment Day with the numbers have been coming out on top every time, which just it hurts my soul. So yeah, I really want Rhea and Damien to get this one. And if this does end up, pushing individual feuds further down the line, we end up seeing Damien and Finn at some point, that would be fine. But I would like to see Rhea versus Dom at WrestleMania 41 next year.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't care about this whole Liv and Rhea thing. Just give me Rhea and Dom. Because I think it'll make sense. It'll feel good.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Just watch her beat the shit out of him. That made me sound really bad. I'm so sorry. Like, that just made me sound like an absolute wife beater.
No.
You just jumped into the podcast now and just got the context. I'm sorry if I sound abusive. I'm not. I promise. I'm a woman who needs vindication, and I'm feeling this from Rhea.
Wrestling. It's not.
All for love of Rhea, because Rhea is mummy. Right, Reese, what are your thoughts?
Right. Okay. So I want to start off by just saying. There's a lot of people out there who are saying the women's championship has taken a bit of a backseat to this storyline, and I can see where people are coming from, but at the same time, I'd like to argue that like the women's championship has never felt more relevant than it is right now, and if that is a consequence of this story, then give me more stories like this, like because the whole point of this is Liv got what she wanted. She took everything that she wanted away from Rhea. Like the women's championship is literally the staple of this storyline. Like look at it like that, in my opinion. With that being said, with this new Judgment Day or this like formation of this version of the Judgment Day, I think it's imperative that we give them a start where we give them a bit of momentum. We make them a credible threat to Damien and Rhea, in a sense of. Like the whole reason we kicked Damien and Rhea out is because they were the weak links, because they wanted to be the leaders, because they forgot when it meant to be Judgment Day. And then if Damien and Rhea go and win this match, it's kind of like, well, what's the point? Like, like what was the point of all of it? So with all the shenanigans that are probably going to be taking place outside, I think it's fine if Rhea and Damien lose this match. I don't think they lose any momentum, Rhea or Damien. Damien will still be really popular. Rhea, the crowd still want her to get her hands on Dominic. Please give me a Hell in a Cell match between Dominic and Rhea at Bad Blood. That would be amazing.
Mate. Now you're speaking my language.
No, just make it a strap match. That would be even better.
Yeah.
Hey.
She'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4 on all of the ring posts, and she's on it. Just like that. She could probably lift them up. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think I don't like it's a mixed tag match. Do you know what I mean? It's not a feud ender. This mixed tag team match is not a feud ender. It's like a bit of a buffer match until you get to the two singles matches. I'm assuming Finn versus Damien and Liv versus Rhea, or Rhea getting her hands on Dom at some point in some way or fashion. I don't think we should hold off on Rhea getting her hands on Dom. I think it should happen at this pay-per-view, but I think that because if you hold off it any longer, like until I've seen some people saying, "Oh, it shouldn't happen until Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble." I'm just like, no, you shouldment. Like way too long. People won't care anymore. Like it'll be dead.
I'll care. If there's one person that cares, it's me.
But like I said, I don't think Rhea and Damien will lose any momentum losing this match. So that's why I'm going to go with Liv. Liv needs this. She's the new women's world champion. Dom needs this, like to stay just to be a dick because he's one of the top heels in the company right now. I don't care what anyone says. And the Judgment Day need this more than the Terror Twins because they need momentum. So I'm going to go with Dom and Liv.
Okay.
Side note quickly, have you noticed on Raw in the last couple of weeks since the two of them have been taken out of Judgment Day, like how much louder of a reaction Damien has been getting? He's been getting more of a baby
super over,
reaction, which he's
super baby thing.
It kind of sucks that he had to go through all of this, losing the title and losing the Judgment Day for people to like actually want to cheer for him. It's just
see, this is the thing though. Like, I feel like he's been quite over ever since the feud with Gunther. Like you know when people have been calling him street trash and all that, and then the crowd kind of like got on his side because they didn't like Gunther just more than him. So and then especially when they properly turned him babyface at SummerSlam, he has been getting great reactions. It's good to see.
Yeah, we love it. We love to see it.
I have also picked Dom and Liv to win this.
Oh my! Goodbye, guys.
I know, right? We're just out.
Sorry.
No.
Put that outro on
No,
ASAP.
Mummy is always on top for me, but I'm at that point where I feel like the Judgment Day is they're so present, they're so hated that I don't know. I just don't feel like Rhea and Damien are going to win at this point. I feel like this is an ongoing feud that's going to keep going, and Liv's going to keep taking until Rhea has eventually had enough. I don't know. I can't see Dom and Liv losing at this point.
No,
Ooh,
I get what you're saying, though.
I'm interested to see where Paul falls on this then.
Yeah.
I'm actually really glad you left me till last on this one because I just still don't know. I think after what you've all said, I'm going to say Dom and Liv.
Yes.
Yes. For what you've said, give them momentum, but to get Dom more heat, what if Dom pins Rhea?
Oh yes, give me that.
And give me Dom versus Rhea at Bad Blood. I think they'll wait. I think they'll hold off on Finn versus Damien till Mania.
And that would be such an interesting match as well. They were pulling so much viewership from having a male versus female match, and it would be fabulous. I think it would do so many wonders for the WWE universe.
And I think it's fine as well because in any other circumstance you could argue, let's say if Damien faced Liv, it'd be like, whoa, no, come on. But it's Rhea Ripley versus Dominic. Like Rhea Ripley, it's like China versus the male members of the roster. It's like it's utterly believable that Rhea could beat the crap out of Dom.
But as well, with that being said, do you think maybe that's something that, because I'm just thinking about this now, like obviously they've been quite hard on like not having male versus female matches, specifically because they're on Fox or on USA. Do you think that's something that we could see when they go to Netflix?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Because I think with it being on Netflix, you're able to push the boundaries a little bit more. You're able to do that a little bit more without having to worry about what the TV networks are going to say. Have you seen half the shit on Netflix these days?
Yeah, I mean,
The thing that holds like WWE back at the moment mostly is sponsors, and the TV networks don't let them get away with certain things is because of the adverts that are on in between the show. Now, when it comes to the pay-per-view, you see more risque stuff and you see the commentators swearing a little bit more. Is because you've got the sponsors like Slim Jim, like Snickers, like C4 Energy, who actually stick around and don't really care about the more edgy stuff because they actually want to sponsor the product. And obviously they have the choice to be there or not. Whereas like when you're on the TV show, like you kind of, I don't know, like, when you see like Pizza Hut or something in between NXT, like that, they don't know if they're going to be happy to be associated with with a product like WWE if they're being a bit more aggressive. But like you say on Netflix,
lost the sponsor, by the way. That's
Prime.
Literally, because they had the pizza cutter spot from one of the Jericho matches, and an ad came up, which was literally Pizza Hut, and Pizza Hut were like, "Yo, we don't endorse this type of violence. This is not what we're trying to do."
They don't.
Yeah.
They get street profits to eat pizza on TV. That's what they do.
But like it was like one of the most viral things that came out of like why TV ads sometimes can be like influenced of what you put on your TV product with wrestling.
There's millions of dollars on the line at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And speaking of that whole kind of thing, like I don't know if you guys watch SmackDown live when it's happening, but have you seen? I don't know if it's on the replays when you guys watch them, but have you seen how many times the screens get blacked out? It's honestly, we watched like probably 15 minutes of SmackDown and an hour 45 of just black screen. Like, yeah. So that move to Netflix is definitely going to help, I reckon.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because they're not upholding to any like sponsors. They're like you don't have to follow the rules of sponsors if they're not there at the end of the day. Like Netflix have sponsors in place where the sponsors understand that that's what they're in for. And most of the adverts on Netflix are advertising other shows on Netflix anyway. So
Exactly.
So yeah.
That was just something I thought about when we were talking about having the match between Rhea and Dom. I said,
no, it's a good conversation.
If you really want to elongate that, do that on a Netflix thing, because as we say, like there's so much more that you can do with that. Then,
it's a good conversation to have.
Basically, could they hold?
Is definitely going to open up much more.
Yeah. So could they hold off on the Rhea versus Dom match until it moves to Netflix?
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope not. But maybe. Yeah, I hope not, but possibly.
I wonder
give me.
I wonder if the mixed tag match on Saturday is them touching the waters for those kind of matches, testing it
Hey, look, they could actually
because
always.
look how long it's been since we've had a mixed tag match.
True. Very true.
I can't even think of the last one we had.
I feel like it was
about 2 days ago. It was about 2 days ago on NXT.
No, I think the one before that was like Beth and Edge versus
on a
the Elimination Chamber, and then Rhea and who did she? I can't remember. If she had with her.
Rhea and Finn.
Yes, and there we go.
On a PLE, it was, yeah.
It's been a while, so yeah, they could be testing the waters to see what the reactions are. But yeah, right, let's move on to the next match. We're going to go for one of the championship matches. We have Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Court, let's go to you first on this one.
So as a regular watcher and reviewer of Monday Night Raw, I want to say that they have... I really like how they've built this up. They have made it so incredibly personal. You can see that this is the second feud now where Gunther is not afraid to make things personal. You know, he did it with Damian and he's done it now with Randy Orton. We can see that these are the kind of tactics that Gunther is using mind games wise to get into the head of his opponent. And I really like that. It shows that he's not just technical in the ring, but he's, you know, technically sound in terms of knowing how to break his opponent and get the reaction out of him that they want. With that being said, I still think Gunther is retaining. I feel like this is Gunther's first proper defense of the World Heavyweight Championship since he has gotten it at SummerSlam. And while I would love to see Randy get this, I don't think it's his time. I think you need to work on building up Gunther a little bit more. And I do think that there is a future world title opportunity down the line for Randy Orton. We know there's somebody waiting in the wings, ready to go. I'm not going to say anything because obviously we already know who we're talking about. But I think it's been great that they have taken this from King of the Ring and actually been like, no, like the ref call was wrong, so we're going to go ahead and use this in a story. And when Randy came to Raw for the first time, I popped. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then it all clicked in my mind. I was like, this makes sense. I know that we talk about the draft not really caring and not really mattering anymore, but like this for me is an exception. You've made an error of judgment in a pay-per-view. You need to right that wrong. That's the only way that I can justify to say this person from SmackDown comes to wrestle this person on Raw. I feel like Gunther's going to get a really good reaction because of the area that they're in. I don't know how Randy's going to be reacted to in terms of he's going to get cheered or booed. But nonetheless, I'm very excited for this match. I know that if it's anything like what we had at King of the Ring, we're in for a really great match. But yeah, I think Gunther is definitely retaining the title this time.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Like just to build on what Courtney was saying there, like because I want to talk a little bit about Gunther. Yeah, like I love the way how he's become technically sound in more ways than one, not just in the ring. And what I say, like I appreciate so much like the little subtle evolution of Gunther's character, and it happened around like January, where he started to get a bit arrogant and like feel himself a little bit when he was holding the IC title, where he's like, "Yeah, I am the greatest of all time," and like none of you can touch me. I really started to enjoy that, and he's when he's giving a promo, when he's the world champion, when he's got that title on his shoulders, you just feel the confidence like raining off him. It's really, really nice to see. And like this whole mind games things, like what Court was just saying, then like it just feeds into the evolution of the Gunther character. And by the way, for anyone, because I was hearing a lot of this over the past like couple of weeks, I just want to say, for anyone who doesn't think Gunther can cut a good promo or he's not good on the microphone, you are out of your mind. Like that's like saying just because he isn't like shouting and being dead charismatic all over the ring, that's like saying Jake Roberts wasn't good at cutting a promo. That's like saying Bret Hart wasn't good at cutting a promo. Just because they maintain their composure and they do it in a certain way that suits the character doesn't mean they're bad at promos.
You got to give me names after this because I want to go. Who the fuck said that? Like, are you watching the same show that I'm watching?
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Oh, that's
honestly. So I was thinking about this match and how like it's kind of like a Randy Orton's on SmackDown. Why is he challenging Gunther? But it's got nothing to do with that because like it makes total sense. Like then they even explained it why Triple H thinks Randy deserves this match. Like I like the little details where just in case anyone's wondering or anyone's about to complain about it. Yeah, this is why it's happening. I think this is going to be a sound match. I think it's going to be a story of Randy Orton trying to hit the RKO on Gunther all the way through this match, and Gunther's got a counter for it every single time. Maybe Gunther gets hit with the RKO, maybe two, does a Kurt Angle last minute kick out. I have a feeling we're probably going to see Ludwig Kaiser at some point in this match.
Yeah.
Which is a different change in attitude for Gunther, because he never usually has anyone involved on his behalf. But I think it really builds to the story of Randy Orton is such a threat to Gunther that he's kind of getting desperate and he needs to retain the championship because he doesn't actually know if he can beat him legitly. But with that being said, I do think Gunther needs to win this match, and I do think Gunther is going to win this match. It's his first defense. I think we're going to see a long reign from Gunther, and this is the perfect way to kick it off. Getting a victory over a future Hall of Famer like Randy. What's the better way to start a world title?
Yeah.
Sorry, Randy's got other things to focus on, like the online beef now he's got with Machine Gun Kelly. So,
Yeah.
Love that.
3, 2, 1.
I literally haven't even listened to the podcast, but I've heard all about it. I've got the podcast waiting in my watch later. I'm going to listen to it later on the
Same. I've just heard the clip.
Oh my god! But the way that they look like they're setting that up for a tag match at some point, that is
WrestleMania next year.
Saudi Arabia show.
Yeah, I think so too.
I could see that. Yeah.
Saudi show.
I'm calling it now, and if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be pissed.
Same. KO and Randy versus Logan and MGK. I'm down for that.
Written in the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have also gone for Gunther on this match. As both Court and Reese have said, it's his first defense. It's in his hometowns. He's obviously from Germany and that, and I can't see him losing at this point. We're gonna see him be champion for quite a while. I like the fact that they did go with the "my shoulder wasn't down properly, this is why I'm coming for you" kind of thing. It all made, because like you guys said, both me and Russ went, "Why is Randy here? This doesn't make sense." And when they explained why, because of the shoulder mishap, then it made sense. But yeah, I don't think Gunther's losing at this point. I do think we're going to see a Gunther retain. So yeah, Paul.
Gunther. Nothing else to add other than what you guys have said. It's obviously leading on from the King of the Ring. What happened to King of the Ring? So nothing else to add really. Gunther.
Yeah.
Can I just say something, by the way? You gotta love Americans and their geography. Even Randy Orton said it. It's I'm going to beat you, Gunther, in your home country, and he's not from Germany. He's from Austria.
He's from Austria. Yeah.
It's a different country.
It's like people saying that Rhea's from New Zealand, but it's not. I don't bloody
No,
he's Austrian.
He's from Austria. He's from Vienna, Austria.
Oh.
He's literally from the capital of a different country.
Yeah, he's literally from the capital of Austria.
Well, now I feel stupid saying that because I thought he was.
A lot of people.
Lots of people have said it. Don't feel bad. Don't
the fans shouldn't feel bad, because obviously if you're watching a product, you would think Gunther is from Germany by the way they've been building it.
Is WWE are selling it to us like it is a hometown hero moment.
Yeah.
So don't be upset at yourself. The fans aren't in the wrong here. WWE likes to take the opportunity to sell a hometown hero moment in air quotes without the person not actually being wrong.
Don't get me wrong. He made his name for himself in Germany in Dubeck and places like that.
The second home for him,
like Ring Camp, you had Ring Camp with him, Timothy Thatcher, and all that, and Alexander Wolf, etc. But he's not from there.
He doesn't even go here.
But for him, Germany is more a coming home of his wrestling career, not an actual coming to celebrate at his home country. But yeah, I'm pretty much the same as all of you guys, by the way. Gunther, Gunther's known as that WWE guy of having long records. I know everyone will make the argument, but he's got to then have the contrast of having a short run to ruin the gimmicks, like how Bianca had the longest reign to then the shortest reign. I'm like, you don't need that.
Shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got to keep it until at least Mania.
There's people just nitpicking at this point.
I genuinely want him to have as long as a run as physically possible, he did his NXT UK one. I said that with the Intercontinental when he won that. I said, if you're going to make him have it long, nearly have it for 3 years long, like how he did NXT UK. Obviously, we didn't get that because he is world title material and is now world champion. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to make Roman have the belt for 5 years, I don't see a problem with Gunther having it for 3 years.
People will find a problem with it, but...
Oh, no, I know they will.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
But I could see Gunther happily holding it for a long time. And I'm going to make the same argument everyone else is going to make. It's cool Randy Orton is having this situation because they've played the storyline perfectly of a ref mess up in a tournament.
Yeah.
Awesome. But Randy's not the final boss for Gunther. Randy's not even in the conversation for Gunther.
No.
The conversation we should be having for Randy Orton is the other belt he was staring at multiple times on SmackDown when he was helping a homie out.
The Wandering Eye,
Yeah, the Wandering Eye. And we need to play into that.
Yeah. But I think they will. I think Randy, if he doesn't win this, will go back to SmackDown and be like, look, they gave me the opportunity after the issue with the ref. I was there for a reason. I didn't succeed, and that's okay. And that might also, in terms of his character, maybe push him a little bit more to, the legend killer that we know and love. But can I also just acknowledge that in one of the first promos that Randy cut on Raw, he's like, it's all good, guys. Hunter knows that I'm here. He didn't say Triple H. He said Hunter. So he's obviously referencing Triple H in itself. But when it comes to the whole them explaining it, they didn't just explain it, they also showed it. And I really appreciate that WWE aren't treating the fans like we're stupid, because we remember a lot of things. We've got a lot of knowledge going on up here. And I actually thought about that before Randy even came out. I was like, I wonder who Gunther's first opponent is going to be, because I had a list in my head, and then I thought to myself, they can always redo that King of the Ring match. And then Randy just so happened to come out. I literally looked at my screen and I was like, what the fuck's going on?
You heard some voices in your head.
Called it. I always do, but in that moment I was like, this is sound.
Cool. Right. Let's move on to the what?
It was the way I just did this real nice explanation. You're like, cool.
Cool.
Shut me down.
Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro.
Anyway,
moment.
He wants to get on to the more important match. I get it.
I know. I'm sorry. Just Taylor Swift for men.
What match?
It's all good.
Sorry, I forgot this match was on the card.
So the next match I have is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in, I believe it's a strap match.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
So, Reese, do you want to go first?
Easy for me. It's got to be Punk. Just if the simple fact is that it's going to be a 3-match feud. Drew's won one. Punk's probably going to win the other. Don't know if it's going to be through shenanigans or not. Punk needs to get his win back. So they go in to Bad Blood. I'm assuming what is going to be a Hell in a Cell match. Tied, one apiece. Yeah, Punk's got to win the strap match.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. I think this is Punk's time to win. So obviously I'm going obviously. We don't get a bet against Punk here.
No.
Obviously I'm picking Punk as well for the same reasons as Reese just said. Drew's had his win. Punk's going to have his win, and then it's going to finish in a Bad Blood match. I think somewhere there. I'm not sure. I don't know if it should be a Hell in a Cell match, maybe just a steel cage match.
I've been
it
saying
depends
steel
whether
cage.
it is going to be a 3 feud or whether they're going to carry it on after. I don't really want them. Don't get me wrong, this has been the best feud this entire year. The one that it's funny how some of the feuds is outbout to some of the most gripping feuds because it's personal. Yeah. And you want to see, they have made it so personal with all the shit they've done on social media and stuff and getting at each other. It's probably been the best feud so far for this year.
And it's all over a bracelet. It's funny that the 2 biggest storylines within WWE is surrounded around a bracelet and Ulafala.
Literally. So I don't want them to drag it out to the point where it becomes boring and irrelevant anymore. But I would like them to keep it going as long as they can. But yeah, I've got Punk to win this one.
Nice.
Cool. Yes.
He came prepared.
Young man, he came prepared.
He's like, I'm going to be on the Outcasted OC podcast. I'm going to go for Drew, but I need to bring a Pepsi just to make G happy. He understood the assignment.
Actually, that's where you're wrong because I'm going for Punk.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because Drew's won one. Punk's got to win this one because it's not a pin or submission. It's touched up 4 corners.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to lead to a match at Bad Blood, but not just a Hell in a Cell match. What if it's a 3 stages of Hell match?
Oh, I'd like that.
Like they didn't know what they did in NXT. Like Drew picks a stipulation, Punk picks a stipulation, and if it gets there, Adam Pearce picks the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Okay.
A pudding
That's something I would look. Yeah, I'm going for Punk. I love Drew, but he needs to keep his mouth shut. He's brought this on himself. Keep your mouth shut.
Three stages of Hell, and if it gets to it, the 3rd match is a lingerie pillow fight.
I don't even think that's PG.
It's fine. It's on a pay-per-view. Don't worry about it.
No, I reckon I just want to counter on your point really quickly. I do think this would actually probably be like, I feel like this is at a point where they genuinely want each other to like buried alive. Yeah. That would be the only time I'd see like a buried alive match actually like legitimately making sense. Yeah.
Casting match.
I'd want to see that. I just have a feeling it's probably going to be a Hell in a Cell because like, it's the first Bad Blood in like. It's the first Bad Blood in like 20 years. You might as well reference the most famous Bad Blood of all time, 97, Hell in a Cell. Like, you might as well do it.
The thing is, like, this feud is one of the biggest feuds in WWE, one of the biggest storylines in WWE right now. If it does get as far as Bad Blood, which we guarantee it will, and it does become a Hell in a Cell match, I'm sorry, but I want to see that main event over any championship match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
please bring back the normal steel cage as well. Can we get rid of this red cell?
Here's the thing. They did. They've gotten rid of it. So when we had the Hell in a Cell with Finn and Edge, they brought back just the plain cage. So they haven't had the red one. They haven't had the red one since the actual Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I believe the last Hell in a Cell match they had with that cell was Cody versus Seth back in the day.
It sucks. It sucks so much.
And that was Vince's thing. Is a red cage makes it better. No, it makes it more difficult to see. It makes it more difficult to see what's going on inside the ring.
Yeah.
No, agreed.
Give me a red cell, damn it.
Yuck. Yikes.
It has to be red, damn it.
So I hate my
guys. Be prepared.
I hate myself for this. I genuinely do.
You shouldn't. It just feels right. You shouldn't.
I hate the words coming out of my mouth, but there is one guy that my favorite match he ever did was a strap match. I've not seen Drew McIntyre do a strap match.
He did have one actually against Karrion Kross.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I don't fucking remember.
And you put that so far in the back of your mind, you don't remember it. You blanked that out.
I remember they gave a damn about Karrion Kross. Look how many times they've booked him and they've failed that. Like, we don't remember that shit.
Oh, yeah, no.
I only remember it because it came up somewhere.
CM Punk had arguably one of the coolest strap match stipulations. Obviously, it wasn't the same style because it was a dog collar match, but they also did do the strap match with him and MJF. I know CM Punk can put in the work in those type of matches. So I've got to go with that. I just know he can do that match. And
so are you picking Punk? Are you picking Punk?
Yeah. Oh my god!
Hell froze over. Hell froze over.
The sun has come out.
Yeah, can you run a bring me a Pepsi? Actually, yeah.
I need to clip that. Oh
yeah, you're gonna clip that.
The song, do you know the song that's playing in the back of my mind is "War is over." It feels so good.
You know what's worse?
Worse?
On the weekend when Jack Perry came out, there were people literally singing like CM Punk chants, and everyone else to the side of me was going CM Punk, and I'm laughing alongside with them, and I've now just picked Punk in a freaking match.
And you know what, Ross? Does it feel good or what?
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Embrace it.
It's all right.
Embrace it.
Real glad.
Next time, I'll have him wearing a CM Punk shirt.
Yes.
Oh, we love to see it.
Get that Chicago flag across your chest, my friend.
But can I ask a real question? Did anyone come backstage and tell Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman to not do that car? You know, there's real glass in that car.
Oh, cry me a
You know,
river.
they took it like champs, though. Did you not watch the review? I made the reference in the review.
I know. That's why I was joking.
No, I haven't watched
Yeah.
I saw it.
I did. I watched it.
It was
I watched
good. I literally was speaking and I was like, yeah, no, guys, this is real glass. Like, come on. Like, no. But just going on to that really quickly, what the actual fuck was that? I was watching it and I was like, what the? Oh my God. Mind blown.
All I'm going to say is, before we move on to the main event, I have a...
Hang on, caught
Pick.
something else.
No, he
Oh, have
can
you
say
not?
his thing first. No, say your thing first and then I'll give you my quick.
Okay. I have a pitch for Bashing Berlin, right?
Mhm.
So he's not on the card. He should be, but he's not, because there's another guy who actually did grow up in Germany. He's from Russia, but he did grow up in Germany. Okay. We get Ilya Dragunov having a match with, I don't know, anybody. The Gobbledygooker. I don't care who he's having a match with. Right?
I did.
But
think
in-
Bronson. Him versus Bronson.
No, right. I was going to say, no matter who he's having a match with, in front of his home crowd, have Bronson come out and give him like 7 tsunamis.
Yes.
We're not doing anything with Ilya at the moment. We might as well use him to put
Well,
over Bronson.
Actually, can I correct you on that? He's
No.
in one of the fatal, the triple threat matches for the Intercontinental Championship tournament next week on Raw.
Oh, he's not going to win.
So
he's
you
not.
could still do
Oh,
that,
yes.
and that takes him out of it, and then you put someone else in it.
Yes,
You can still
yes,
work around it.
yes. I agree. Yeah, let's do that. I want
That
Bronson
happened.
Reed to be on the card, and I want Ilya Dragunov to be on the card. Why is Ilya Dragunov not on the frigging card? He's a German wrestler. So is Ludwig Kaiser.
I know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Anyway, I'll keep it short and sweet. Pepsi Phil all the way. Pepsi Phil's always on top. He's my boy. I've really enjoyed this feud because I like the fact that they're doing stuff outside of the ring and they haven't beaten, like, you know how sometimes you watch a feud and you see the people wrestle so many times before they actually have like the pay-per-view match?
Yep.
I like that they've done literally nothing in the ring, and that was the first match we actually had at SummerSlam.
Oh,
But
dude,
the
honestly,
feud just keeps building without them needing to be in the ring beating the crap out of
Yeah.
each other, because it just adds so much more to the strap match. Like, we know how much is on the line. We know that Drew's, up his own ass and he's got one win. We already know Punk needs to win this one, and then we have the rubber match that decides it. So this is my most anticipated match of the night. I'm looking forward to this.
this feud has been going on since January, and they've had one match. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It just goes to show you that a story can
be
carry
more.
something, and it can be more than just about the title. It really goes to show that
Yeah.
if you have a really good storyline and you continue to build upon it every single week, doing things on the internet, using that as a way to really push a storyline forward if you're not getting that time on TV. It really goes to show that if you're putting love and attention and you're paying attention to what the fans are thinking about it too, and how they're reacting, and if they're loving it, then you continue to just keep adding fuel to that fire. It really just goes to show that a really good storyline can actually do so much for two people.
It's because it's so personal. It just makes it better.
It's so good.
Can we just have AJ come back though, please? Like, that's all I'm asking for. That's
Mood.
all I'm asking for.
I ain't seen him since he did the freaking match in Japan. Where my boy at?
No, I'm talking about AJ Lee.
AJ.
Oh, okay. I'll go cry in my hole.
What does that AJ have anything to do with Punk?
Beat up
Oh,
Punk.
he could.
I want AJ versus Punk.
They're married.
Well, I think AJ's been wrestling Cody over in, like, when they've been doing the Germany tour. So he is around. He's just, not on TV.
Not a talent, yeah.
I've had, like, Gene knew straight away who I was talking about, and then you went down a completely different road. You're like, oh yeah, I really want AJ Styles
Right,
back.
I've got my
Oh,
new
sorry.
verse ready.
Oh, it's so funny.
Right,
Amazing.
let's move on to the final match for this evening, which is our WWE Undisputed. We don't even call it that anymore. Who gives a shit?
The Uwu champion.
The Uwu champion. It is just the WWE Championship, isn't it now?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, they don't
It's
even
not
call it the Undisputed anymore.
Universal,
Well,
whatever.
they've dropped all that.
We have
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, our current champion versus Kevin Owens. We will go to Paul on this one first.
I think it's a bit obvious that Cody's winning.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Kevin teased a heel turn last week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm not so. I think there could be a heel turn, but I don't think it's going to be Kevin. I think
What, really?
I think it could be Cody.
Oh.
Okay.
But Cody's winning.
Explain. I'm interested.
It's just something telling me I don't think Kevin's turning heel. Something's telling me Cody because his title reign's not been that great.
Yes.
I mean,
I know.
In the run up to him winning it, brilliant, awesome. I was on cloud 9. Took me ages to get to sleep that night. But it's like barely. His title reign's not been that good.
And you know, we've said this about a few people before. They look better chasing the belt than actually holding it.
And Bailey's been on the tour this week as well.
Can I also just say to your point, it's funny that you mentioned both those champions. What brand are they a part of?
SmackDown.
And what show have we been enjoying more as of late because more attention's been put into it and not been focusing on the bloodline?
Raw.
That's the problem.
The difference is, like, I think Bailey and Cody are two very different people to compare with title reigns, because Cody's title reign has just been awful. He's had TV time, he's had matches, it's just not been great. Whereas Bailey was a bit more out of control. She wasn't given matches, she wasn't given storylines, she wasn't given views.
True.
That was on the creative perspective where her title
I'm only saying that because they're both on the SmackDown brand. That's why I'm not saying to compare the two, but I'm just saying the similarity of them being on the same brand and that show not having as much. We were talking about this like last week, literally, not having as much attention put into it, and it's just being used as a vehicle to propel the bloodline. Which, if you want to do that, by all means do that, but try and make some time for these other storylines. I get where you're coming from, G, because like a lot of the times, like the wrestlers don't really have control of what they're doing. But with Cody, we've been seeing a lot of the same rinse and repeat. What do you want to talk about? Bloodline comes out, kind of thing. It just feels like they worked all the way up until that moment to have him win it, and then they didn't really have the next 6 months books ready to go afterwards.
And then it was like Roman came back, and now we've got Roman and Solo feuding. So what do we do with Cody? Oh, we'll just give him his best friends.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that direction either.
I think what could have actually been really cool is they could have had a tournament or something on Raw to give a number one opportunity to go over to SmackDown to do something on SmackDown.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Have someone from Raw win a tournament to the point where they can actually go and challenge somebody on SmackDown for that title. Yeah. That would freshen things up. And if it's not someone involved in the Bloodline storyline, that would absolutely give Cody a really great program, because he would be like, you've deserved this. You've, gone through hell to get to this point. Let's do this kind of thing. And
I'm very surprised we don't have anything Bloodline related on this pay-per-view, considering there's been so much build-up between them all.
Yeah.
We just see them come out every week, attempt to get the Eula and then Solo's like, now fuck off. And then, so where is this even going? Doesn't seem like there's any direction in the Bloodline story at the moment.
Yeah. I just honestly wish that Cody had even done just an open challenge.
Yeah.
We all know who he's going to go ahead and try and wrestle. He's probably going to have another one against Roman. He's going to have another one against The Rock. That's going to happen. But it's just that in between downtime stage before you start getting that build up to those bigger matches, that who you do fill the time with.
Yeah. But there's plenty of underused talent on that roster that could have a shot. They let LA Knight come up and have a shot against Roman when he wasn't quite over at that point, because John Cena made it happen. There's plenty of under people that aren't being used that people would probably happily see come up and wrestle Cody, because it's something we haven't seen before.
I'd happily see him have a feud with the likes of Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar. People, just to say the least. There are people there.
I was literally just about to say, do you know who would be great to have a feud with, like Andrade? He's literally taken a similar route to Cody. Like, he went away from WWE, was very successful in a different company, and then came back.
Yeah.
But he's not been as successful. So it would be nice if Andrade was maybe heel when he had a match with Cody.
But
But, like, I would-
I'm looking at this roster right now. Reese, you can finish your point, but I just want to bring some names up after you finish speaking.
No, it's fine. Like, bring up some names because I want to say something about Cody Rhodes' title run that I've been thinking about a lot for the past couple of weeks. So go ahead.
Let's go. So you've got Angel Garza, Angelo
Yeah.
Dawkins, Apollo Crews, Ashanti Adonis, Austin Theory, Baron Corbin, Berto, Carmelo Hayes, Cedric Alexander. You could do Elton Prince, Grayson Waller, Giovanni
Yeah.
Vinci, Jacob Fatu, Johnny Gargano, Carl Anderson, Kit Wilson. Who else have we got? Luke Gallows, Montez Ford, Nick
I'm just
Aldis.
gonna say,
Oh, Nick versus Cody will be
We've
good.
done Shinsuke, so don't even mention Shinsuke.
hey, all I'm saying is,
Tonga and
give me
Tommaso Ciampa.
give me a
Literally-
revitalized Giovanni Vinci versus Cody. That'd be dope.
I literally just read you
Oh,
all
they
of the
are
men's
easy.
names out on that SmackDown roster. There are people you are just not investing the time.
No.
You've got the roster. WWE likes to always gloat about how we've got the best roster, but yet they don't know how to utilize these people and give them an opportunity to go up against Cody. I just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to summarize this Cody Rhodes' title run, in my opinion. And then this is how I feel about it. And this is a bit of a stupid question, but I'm assuming all of you have seen The Dark Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you remember when Bruce Wayne says to Alfred, on the day that, I finally meet my match, I bet you can't wait to you can finally say I told you so. And then Alfred turns around to him and goes, on that day, I don't think I'd want to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My point is, I don't want to be right. Before WrestleMania, I said, when everyone was clamoring for Cody Rhodes to win the title, I said, there's nothing else after that. What happens after he finishes the story? There's nothing. Everyone's like, oh no, you just have Roman Reigns, D-Rider and all that sort of stuff. I was like, okay, fine. Right, let's see what happens. It was a great night at WrestleMania. Even as a Roman Reigns fan, I thought it was dope. I thought it was amazing. Like the whole moment was cool as hell. Can't deny that, right?
Mhm.
The title reign has been absolutely nothing but boring. Like since then, like there has literally been nothing. There is no story to it. All it is I used to know you. Let's see if we're better at wrestling. Like, and it's like, wow, this sucks. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I don't care. I think the most interesting thing that could happen is if Kevin Owens turned heel, maybe does the Sami Zayn thing where raises Cody Rhodes' hand, they're walking up the ramp, and then just like in NXT, what he did to Sami, hits him with the with the power bomb on the apron and does it a couple of times. Okay, that's the most interesting thing that can come out of this match. I don't care about Cody Rhodes being the champion. He's done nothing to make me want him to be champion.
Yeah.
No.
I agree. I'm just going to give you my prediction now. I think it's obviously that it's Cody. I think Kevin is going to... We've been seeing for the last couple of weeks the progressive evidence to show that he can bring out the prize fighter side of him again. And the funny thing is, I like Kevin Owens whether he's a heel or a face. I don't give a shit what he is. I just think he's entertaining as fuck. But I completely echo what you've just said, Reese, and I think for me, I'm not at a stage where I can say that the reign has been horrible because I'm open to seeing things change. I've literally just given WWE a whole list of people that they could use. I think I was talking about this last week, and I was just saying that I'm finding SmackDown really boring, and I think it's the problem is not the champions that they have. It's just that you can tell that there's no investment in how are we going to have the fans entertained in this storyline in this championship title run. And because they haven't done that for me, that's why I'm so, half checked out of SmackDown at the moment. I've got 1 foot in, 1 foot out because I feel I need to watch it as a wrestling fan. But I'm not clamoring for the start of the show being like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch SmackDown. When I come home from work and from the gym on Tuesdays and I watch Raw, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited to watch Raw because you've got me invested in the storylines. You've got me waiting for the next thing to happen. Whereas with SmackDown, I can't be asked watching it at the moment. I'm not enjoying it. It's not the wrestler's fault. It's the fact that it just feels like there's no investment into where is this champion going to be 3 months down the line.
Yeah.
I'm open to seeing things change, but the problem is it just feels like everything is just going so slow right now. And I just feel like nothing's going to change anytime soon. And then that's why you're seeing people sour on the likes of Cody Rhodes. That's why you're saying Bailey deserves better. You know, like it's really frustrating.
I literally changed the SmackDown to what's the Bloodline segments. That's it, because it's the only thing that's interesting. I don't care about anything.
SmackDown
Clips online.
I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even watch SmackDown last week. I just listened to the review that we put up. I didn't watch it.
I appreciate you still watch the review because trust me and G have openly discussed this multiple times. SmackDown lately reviewing it has been a struggle because you're constantly doing Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes and it's going nowhere. It's not helping either of them. You've got groups there not doing anything. You've got the Bloodline constantly being in multiple segments of the night, and it's like, I get why you're doing it, but change it up. And then, like, Cody Rhodes is just like, as you lot have been saying, people want Cody Rhodes heel because it will give at least something interesting.
I just want him with more of an edge.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing on SmackDown right now, it's clearly not working, and they need to shake things up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just
I think they're doing it to
change the format.
I think they're doing it to spite Fox. I'm not gonna lie, because Fox kind of like did them dirt, and it was like, yeah, we don't want to re-sign you because like the sponsors have like not, like, you know, we didn't expect the right numbers. And I think WWE have turned around and gone, all right, fuck you, then we're going to put shit shows on for a couple of weeks. I honestly think that's what they're doing.
For the fans though, like just because you want to go ahead and do something to spite the company that puts your show on the air, it doesn't mean that you can go ahead and basically give a middle finger. Because this is more powerful to me than the middle finger. Doesn't mean that you can go ahead and do that to the millions of people who love watching your show. Do not punish the fans for something that they can't control. Do not punish us who we sit and watch these shows. Sometimes you guys are watching them at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're watching them whenever we can. Do not punish us with terrible programming to spite somebody else that you are making millions of dollars on when we're paying our hard-earned money to go to these shows, buying the merch. We're constantly giving you the support and the benefit of the doubt. Do not punish us for something that we can't control. We want to love your show. We do. But it's not fair that you're putting us through this terrible programming, specifically SmackDown, making it difficult for the likes of you guys to review it, all because, you keep blacking out our screen. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about how WWE's had this massive resurgence within the last couple of years. SmackDown is pushing it back for me. Raw feels like we're back in the Attitude Era. SmackDown feels like we're just back under Vince McMahon. And I hate saying that. There's a massive contrast between Raw and SmackDown for me right now.
But I get
you want to compare it to the past.
I want to compare. Raw is so much getting into an Attitude Era 2.0. Raw just feels like we're watching it in the 2010s again under Vince McMahon.
I was going to say SmackDown
feels jarring between the two of them for me. Like it's
SmackDown feels taped again. It feels taped. It feels like you say, like when it was like the dark days, when it was taped, when it was like when it was literally just Raw 2.0, when it was like just taped with the hot fucking hairdryer sounds of the fans. Yeah.
And the last thing I'm going to say on this, because I could talk about this for hours. If you're not gonna put the love and care and attention into the show, why the fuck should I care about it? Why should I care? If you're not going to care, why should I care?
I was just going to say my 2 cents to the comment of like you don't punish the fans. You're also punishing the wrestlers. Like giving them a shit storyline. They're not going to enjoy wanting to come into work and go, "Oh, I'm doing this boring storyline again." And then there's other people sat at the back at catering being like, "I could have been on the show." Like, I could have been on the show.
They'd do anything to be on TV.
Yeah, they would have done anything to do it. Like. One of the big ones for me as of recent, and I know it's not a big deal to some people, but this really irked me. Why advertise the championship celebration for 1 week to then be like, "Oh, we scrapped her idea. We're doing it next week now." With like no notice or no storyline reason why it was scrapped. They even showed a backstage segment of Tiffany getting it ready, and then they just kind of glanced over and been like, "Oh, it's not going to be on the show," even though it was literally advertised to be next as well when you watched it live, and then it never happened. Like,
and that's the thing is like sometimes people who are watching SmackDown are not invested in the Bloodline storyline. But you know what they are invested in is that potential issue going on with the likes of Nia and Tiffany. That segment for me, I was looking forward to it because as we've been saying on the podcast, and Reese said this when we were actually talking about Money in the Bank, we have not seen somebody be a champion whose best friend is the Money in the Bank holder.
Yeah.
This storyline for me is like the best storyline in the women's division at the moment. Like obviously you've got the whole Rhea and Liv thing, and that's fine. But I'm loving this because you don't know which way it could go. But it just frustrates me that they advertise, and then they don't show it, and they don't say, "Oh, hey guys, sorry, we don't have time for this. We're going to have to push it back to next week." Why advertise it? If you know that you're going to cut it, why advertise it? Why get the fans excited to watch something they could potentially be interested in, to then give an extra 20 minutes to the Bloodline?
Yeah.
Spot on. Have you got any thoughts about that, Paul? By the way, I know you've been sat there listening.
It's just what you've been saying.
Yeah.
I am definitely more invested in Raw. Come on, every Tuesday I'm like, is the review up yet? Is the review up yet?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable about the difference sometimes. Yeah. Like I say, I'm always invested in the Bloodline storyline. I always am going to be invested in the Bloodline storyline. But anything else that's happening, you what? Sorry,
you could talk about the Bloodline for hours.
And I do on many occasions.
I know.
We know.
But like, I shouldn't be sat there going, when I get advertised Carmelo versus Andrade, that's a pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
But when you give it me on just a SmackDown, I'm like, it could have been so much more.
Yeah. And every week you book
them. Yeah.
Oh,
like they were
me. Let's go again. I beat you. Let's go again.
Ross, the only way that I can see them rectifying this is if they openly said we are going to do a best of 7.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you say to the fans, this is what we're doing, they're going to go, oh, I wonder who's going to get this win over the other person this time, instead of being like, why are we seeing this again?
Yeah.
You know?
And when you do that, it turns into something amazing. I mean, like a couple of years ago in Cesaro and Sheamus had that sort of thing going on. I hate to bring up, in fact, I'm not going to bring up his name, but like when Booker T had one with a certain guy who isn't mentioned anymore, a best of 7 series for the US title, that was unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was great. Like, so when you do that type of shit,
is good. You just have to openly say, hey guys, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know? Instead of us having to question, are they doing a best of 7? Why are we seeing them wrestle for the 4th week in a row on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Look what AEW did, where they basically put it on several pay-per-views and went, oh, by the way, for the trios belts, the Elite versus like freaking Death Triangle, we're going to do a best of 7 like situation. And in every pay-per-view, you were tuning in to
and it was sick
situation because you were like, right, they're up now. Oh, damn, we're close to this team. Literally is one win away. And then they booked it. The other team got like 3 in a row. You were like, yo, this is insane. And that's how
use the hammer. Use the hammer, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, I feel like we've completely gone off topic from Bash.
Yeah,
all our predictions are there, but I think
I do apologize.
No,
it's a dead main event.
It's nobody's fault at all. It's nobody's fault. It's the fact that like it's just blatantly obvious that they just don't care.
I'd say Kevin Owens wins.
What? I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I'm saying Kevin Owens wins.
I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a chance of the Adonis beating Cody Rhodes at this point.
Because here's the thing: if you were to have the likes of a Kevin Owens win, what that would do is that would put a complex in Cody's mind, being like, "I got too comfortable."
Exactly.
Ooh.
And then that's what gives heel Cody.
Because the thing is, everybody's oh, Cody's going to go ahead and win until like Mania. What kind of swerve would you have to pull to be like, actually, psych, he's not? What are you going to do now? Yeah. You know?
Exactly.
And then that's how you go ahead and blame the likes of Nick Aldis for him not having enough credible opponents. And then that's how you get Nick Aldis versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I just booked you a 3-month feud right there, Triple H. I love you.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I want the perfect swerve, the upset.
Yeah.
For me, all these matches make sense. The only one people would say that would make them upset is, other than any of the matches there, would probably be Rhea and Damian losing. But it makes sense for them to lose. For me, there is not a proper upset on this card.
No.
Gunther winning makes sense.
Yeah.
Dom and Liv winning makes sense. Gone for Randy. That's made like all the sense.
Punk and Drew. Punk winning makes sense.
It makes sense for Punk to win because, as you guys have all said, and I will agree, a rubber match gets involved in that. One win. Third match is going to be a huge stipulation.
Yeah.
For me, the only upset that I could see that happen is your biggest champion, the one that won WrestleMania. On a card, people aren't going to go and sit down and watch as much. There's no offense to bashing Berlin. It's just when these cards are booked, a lot of people don't tune in because they're not the big names. They're not your SummerSlams. They're not your Mania. So for me, having Kevin Owens win, potentially having a Cody Rhodes heel turn, and then Cody coming back for his bout out of vengeance, having multiple feuds with Kevin Owens, where the shoe's on the other foot, Kevin Owens is technically betrayed in this situation now, would be fantastic booking.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I would agree.
Yeah.
I'll just say two things really quickly. This is the first Bash in Berlin that we've had, right? This, to me, has the same level of opportunity as the first Clash at the Castle had, right? To have those moments of upset, to give the fans a moment to be like, oh, this wasn't a show that we've ever had before, but actually, this was fantastic. And then you can get a future Bash in Berlin. But one thing I also just want to say as well, too, is I think with the whole Cody and Kevin thing, we've completely forgotten that if Randy loses, he could go ahead and cost Cody.
Yeah.
And that's how you get to, that's another way that you get to Cody and Randy.
This is what I'm trying to say.
The thing is, who hasn't given their prediction yet?
I said Cody.
I said Cody.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I see Cody.
It's only
Cody.
I think it's just you. But I think we've kind of got the general consensus of what you're
right? I'm going to say Cody because the thing is, I would love Kevin Owens to win. I am a very, 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 very big Kevin Owens stan and always have been. And I hate the way that he got cheesed out of his championship with fucking Roman Reigns, but we won't go into that.
Don't talk about it.
My heart wants him to win, but I just know he's not gonna, so I'm gonna pick Cody.
Well, he never got his fucking Universal title rematch against Goldberg, so this is long overdue.
Nothing. Kevin Owens
Don't even start. Don't even fucking start. I swear to God, don't.
This is so long overdue.
Literally.
Bro, the fact he literally brought it up to Nick Aldis and went, I never got my fucking rematch clause. Like, I've said enough of that. Kevin Owens is accurate, man's like, look, how is other people getting a rematch clause? How are you going to give it Roman Reigns? I never bloody got one. I'm like, yeah, preach it. Do
you know what? I can't stand about his character at the moment, though. Yeah, Kevin Owens is literally a prize fighter, right? Why is he sat there saying, "Oh, don't deserve it"? Shut up! Like you're a prize fighter. Like, come on, man. Like, why are you here then? What do you mean you don't deserve it? You're literally hanging around the main event players like you don't deserve it. Shut up, whatever, dude.
He does. Anyway, I got nothing else to say. I said everything I need to say.
Yeah, so we've got everybody's predictions in now, and I hope you guys in the comments have put your predictions in because we'll have a read through them. But does anybody have any final thoughts on Bash at Berlin before we wrap things up?
LA Knight Open Challenge tomorrow night on SmackDown. Who do we think it's going to be?
Oh, wait. He's doing it on SmackDown. Oh,
he's doing it on SmackDown tomorrow night. Open Challenge for the US title. Who do we think it's going to be?
Hot theory. Jacob Fatu.
Really? I was going to say like
no. I can see the vision.
I can see that too.
I can see the vision.
Just had the tag bout taken off him. Also,
there's no free bid rule. Yep. I personally see Montez Ford. I think that would be cool.
Oh, Montez would be sick as a solo show.
I think it's going to be either Ludwig Kaiser or Giovanni Vinci.
Oh, Vinci
I think
would be a shout.
Potentially Ludwig, because Ludwig's already there.
Or Dragunov. Could be Dragunov.
Ooh.
But is Dragunov Raw? I thought Dragunov was Raw.
So was Kaiser. It's okay.
This is true.
Oh yeah,
the brand split doesn't matter, to be honest. It's just
what is a brand split?
No, not really. You know what? I'm gonna throw it out there. I want it to be a TNA star. Give me fucking Josh Alexander.
Or an NXT.
No.
Or any NXT. Yeah, NXT would be cool. Give Wesley. Comes up.
I don't think it'll be any NXT.
Tatum
it would be
Paxley.
Let's go Tatum Paxley.
Oh man. Yeah, why not? Say his name and he appears, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
You.
Even Joe Hendry.
Love it.
Joe Hendry would be cool.
He's already. Doesn't he have a match on Sunday?
He's got the big match.
Yes, he
Sunday.
does. Something that I will be talking about soon when you want me to wrap up. Don't worry.
Alrighty.
Right.
I'm good to go. I'm all done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think
I'm
there's
good
anything
to
else.
wrap up. Off you go. Oh, I will just say before we wrap up that for anybody in the UK watching, both SmackDown and Bash at Berlin are a UK 6 p.m. start time tomorrow for SmackDown, and yes, SmackDown is on early tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you may
Love it.
see the SmackDown review tomorrow evening. So keep
Love
an eye
it.
out.
I may even watch SmackDown.
I'm so excited I can wake up and watch SmackDown. Yay!
But
Oh.
yeah, so it's a 6 p.m.
Love it.
UK start for SmackDown and Bash at Berlin. I'm not sure what time that is US. You'll have to search your.
It'll be
local time.
1 p.m. Eastern in the
There you
US.
Hey,
But yeah,
Paul had it on
Reese,
lockdown.
whenever you're ready.
Nice one. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to watching the Bash and Berlin predictions. Make sure you check out the other content that we produced this week. Monday Night Raw review from Court over there. Absolutely amazing piece of content. Speaking of amazing
always.
content, check out the NXT review from me that happened
Already
yesterday.
have.
Hell yeah, there you go. Exactly. See, Paul's the number one fan. That's why he's in one of these boxes and not in the comment section today. If you have any thoughts on the podcast today, make sure you write in the comments, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and go follow us on X/Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok. But before we wrap up and before we talk about any content that we possibly could have coming for Berlin this week, I want to quickly discuss the NXT No Mercy card. Let's begin with the NXT Tag Team Championship match. We have got Chase University trying to retain the championships against Nathan Fraser and Axiom, who say that they are the best tag team in NXT. Will they be able to prove it when they go up against the big U this Sunday? Let's talk about the NXT North American Championship. We got the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, trying to dethrone the ruler of NXT, Oba Femi. Will he be able to overcome Oba Femi, or will he fail like so many have before him? Speaking of North American Championships, we have got the Women's North American Championship match. We have got Kalani Jordan, the upstart, trying to defend the championship against the very, very spooky Wendy Chu. She managed to get past Rosemary on NXT this week, but will she be able to handle Wendy Chu? Only time will tell. But we have got a grudge match also coming on this week's episode of NXT No Mercy. We have got Zachary Wentz, the TNA wrestler, going up against the WWE superstar Wes Lee. Is he going to be able to prove that he is on Wes Lee's level? There's only one way to find out, and that is to tune into this Sunday. Let's get back to the championships. We have got the NXT Women's Champion, the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez. I nearly forgot her name then. I nearly forgot her name. The Prodigy Roxanne Perez defending against Miss Parker. Miss Parker, is she going to prove that Jada Parker does have next? Is she going to be able to overcome the champion, or is the Prodigy going to be proving once again, just like Wesley, that nobody is on her level? And now, finally, for the main event, do you believe in Joe Hendry? Because Joe Hendry, the TNA superstar, is going up against All Ego Ethan Page for the NXT Championship. Make sure you stay tuned for that, because I have a feeling that might even steal the weekend in terms of what's going to be happening, because we have a special guest referee in What That Trick himself, Trick Williams. Will he have a part to play in that match? Again, there's only one way to find out, and that is you tune into NXT No Mercy. But for now, guys, I hope you have an amazing weekend in Germany, in wherever NXT is taking place. I think it's Denver. I don't know. Who cares where it is? It's going to be an amazing card anyway. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Peace out. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Danke.